Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So I hear all the time that Tesla will not be able to produce all the cars they say they will because they will not have enough materials for all the batteries they need. But Tesla is taking this into their own hands. But Tesla will also not make just one new battery. Like it seems many people think, they are making 3 versions of it. And Tesla, unlike any other car manufacturer, has gone into mining to make sure they will have all the materials they need to make sure they can continue the insane growth they will have for many years to come. So let's take a look at these 3 versions of Tesla's battery and the insane growth that both Tesla and all the other battery manufacturers are going to be in. And let's dive right in. So Tesla has made a battery production line that is operating more like a bottle factory than a battery factory. And this is also why I think solid-state batteries will not be a threat in this decade, because the way they are making them right now is by people standing with their hands inside plastic tubes. So the development of solid-state batteries so far has been about making a better battery, not improving the production capacity. And this is why solid state still has a very long way to go, and why lithium batteries are still the way to go for at least another decade. And this is just so crucial to understand just how big a leap Tesla has made in the production capacity of their batteries, and why even big boys in the game like LG Chem that is building a big factory for GM is only going to be able to produce about 30 gigawatt hours of batteries per year. That is only 3 times more than Tesla's little pilot project at the Fremont factory. And remember, Elon has been saying that the factory in Berlin will produce about 200 to 250 gigawatt hours per year when it is all done. I don't know if people understand how big this number actually is. So to put it into a little bit of perspective, CATL, one of the world's biggest battery supplier, made a total in 2020 from all of their factories 110 gigawatt hours. And Tesla will already be at 100 gigawatt hours next year of their own batteries. And Tesla can make only one assembly line, and their single assembly line will produce about 20 gigawatt hours. So at the Berlin factory they probably have at least 10 assembly lines. So for Tesla to have one factory that can produce 200 to 250 gigawatt hours is just nuts. So Tesla will achieve with one factory what a company like CATL needs many factories to produce. And this is also why Tesla will overtake even the best battery manufacturer in production of batteries. And remember, the factory in Texas will also be producing battery as well as the one in China, together with their Nevada factory that is already over 35 gigawatt hours today, produced by Panasonic of course. And Tesla will continue to buy cells from other battery manufacturers as well. So if you hear people talking about that Tesla will not have enough batteries in 2025 to make about 5 million cars, they're right, they will probably have much more than that. They only need about 375 gigawatt hour to make about 5 million cars. And if only one of their factories can produce about 200 to 250 gigawatt hours, they will easily be able to produce much more than they need in 2025. But every battery manufacturer know the demand of battery is going to be insane in this decade, so they are all going to scale up as fast as they can, and CATL hope this will be their plan to scale up. That in 2021, this year, they will have 230 gigawatt hours, and in 2025, 1,200 gigawatt hours. And this is just CATL. Every battery manufacturer know the demand in the next 10 years is going to be pretty much endless, so they will all scale up as fast as possible, making billions of dollars. But Tesla investment in battery factories is about 69% cheaper per gigawatt hour than the competition. That is a huge advantage for Tesla to be able to scale up much faster than anyone else, and much cheaper too. This is really the secret why Tesla will be able to scale up so much faster than anyone else, because they have designed their batteries not just to be a better battery, but have designed it to make the whole process of making the battery so much faster and cheaper to produce, and most importantly, scalable like nothing else. But this of course leaves us with the lack of materials of battery, as many are talking about. And that is why Tesla is taking another approach than anyone else. Tesla also stand together with everyone else and beg the other battery supplier for more batteries. As Elon said, we will buy everything they will give us. But Tesla will also make their own batteries, not in collaboration with other battery manufacturers that will run everything and sell the batteries to them. No, their own factory, owned and operated by Tesla, meaning that Tesla will continue to get as many batteries as they can get their hands on from the other guys, but they will also bypass all the manufacturer and go straight to the mining companies to ask them for more materials. And Elon Musk has been talking with the mining companies around the world to get them to mine more of all the materials they need. And many new mining companies are popping up all over the world to mine all these materials that there will be a huge demand for. So they do know this is going to be a very good business case, because not only do they have the madman like Elon Musk that will buy everything they will give him, but all the other battery manufacturers are also screaming about more materials. And here in Europe, we even have the European Battery Alliance that aims to make Europe a global leader in sustainable battery production and use. And this is also why Tesla was granted over 1 billion euros to build their battery factory in Berlin. So we will see a boom in mining companies as well that will scale up together with the battery production, because it's not only a very big business opportunity, but it is being forced by countries, the EU and China and so on. And you can see on this chart here where the electric vehicle adoption is, and see China and Europe is pushing hard to electrify their fleet. So I don't think we will have a shortage of materials, because so many companies are going into this action, and we do have enough materials in the ground to make the whole world electric. And if you hear people talking about there is not enough lithium in the world to make us all go electric, well, there is enough lithium in just Nevada to make the entire US fleet go electric. So lithium is absolutely no problem. We have an insane amount of this in the ground. It is one of the most common elements on this planet. We are not going to run out of lithium. And as Tesla said, when we get to a steady 20 terawatt hours of production a year of batteries, we will have so much material from recycled batteries that we at that point don't have to mine anymore at all. Also because the value of the material coming from the ground versus coming from batteries, you will always go for the batteries. Much better, much cheaper. So people tend to forget that we don't need all these materials to be mined up from the ground for the rest of our lives and run out of all this stuff. At some point we don't have to mine anymore. We just recycle. That is why Tesla and even Volkswagen or Redwood Materials and so on are all looking into recycling of batteries, and Tesla is already recycling 100% of their own batteries today, because this will become the mining of the future. And Tesla believe we will already in 2025 have enough materials from recycled batteries for about 1 terawatt hours of battery production. Remember, they're already recycling all their batteries today just through third parties, but Tesla will also take this in-house. And Tesla has even taken it a step further and is going to have their own mines as well. And Tesla has a mine in Nevada where they will get their lithium from, pretty much by only using salt and water. And the water can be recycled, so it is a very environmental friendly process too. And Tesla will also go after nickel themselves in North America, probably in collaboration with other mining companies. And with Tesla's new way of making batteries, they don't need to do a lot of processing of the raw material like others do. Tesla is consuming the raw nickel and processing it directly into the batteries. So very much simplifying the process, speeding up the process, and making it more environmentally friendly process as well, because they don't use sulfur anymore to process the material, because they skip this whole process. So Tesla will get into mining both with lithium and nickel in North America, and at the same time buying all they can from existing and upcoming mining companies. So Tesla will not be in shortage of material, because Tesla is taking the steps that no other car manufacturer is doing. So they may be in shortage of batteries because they are all buying it from suppliers together with Tesla, and those battery manufacturers are not even into mining. They just buy their materials from existing mining companies. So this gives Tesla a huge advantage. But Tesla is not just making one kind of batteries. I think people tend to forget that. They will make 3 versions of their own batteries with different cathode approaches. Because Tesla's high nickel based battery will be for the Cybertruck and semi-truck that is going to be mass sensitive, so they will get the best batteries with the highest energy density to make the weight of the batteries come down as much as possible and get the most amount of range. But then you also have the version of the batteries that go into big energy storage like the Mega Packs and the upcoming Model 2 and probably the Model 3. They will use the iron cathode that is much cheaper than the nickel cathodes. And it is still good for the medium range car, but will help them get the price down. And then the medium plus range car, Tesla will use a 2/3 nickel, a 1/3 manganese cathodes. And that is actually a very smart move from Tesla, because making this mixture of nickel and manganese will allow Tesla to produce about 50% more cell volume with the same amount of nickel, saving them a lot of nickel. But you kind of get the idea of how much better Tesla's high nickel battery is than the nickel manganese battery by looking at the Model S Plaid Plus and compare it to the Model S Plaid. I think the difference from 390 miles of range of the Plaid version to the 520 plus miles of range of the Plaid Plus is because of the Plaid Plus will get the high nickel batteries, and the Plaid will get the nickel manganese ones, or even the old ones that Panasonic is making. So Tesla is making a lot of different steps to make sure they will have the best performing electric cars on the planet, but also making sure they will be able to produce much more electric vehicles than any other manufacturer on the planet by having 3 versions of their new batteries, getting into mining, recycling of batteries, and battery manufacturing themselves, skipping a lot of middlemen, and making their batteries cheaper, and making sure they will be able to produce 3 terawatt hours of batteries in 2030, and probably before, as Elon Musk said. So I'm not so worried about Tesla not having materials or batteries enough. They have taken the steps necessary to take their fate into their own hands, like nobody else has done yet, and why they can't just come in and scale up production of their EVs and take over Tesla's lead in the EV revolution. Tesla is just way in front and running way faster than anyone else, making them impossible to catch. And thank you for watching, and until next time, take care out there and be nice.